Treyarch Zombies has a long-standing place in the hearts of our community. When Zombies first began as a simple little side mode, people didn't really have a ton to complain about because it was just continually building on top of itself. The main reason for it being so special was due to the fact that it only came along with the Treyarch titles. The break between game development cycles actually made things more exciting, and since the library of Zombies maps was still being built at the time, it made the burnout of playing those maps even more real and the anticipation of Zombies even more fervent. The release of Advanced Warfare was when all of that really changed and Zombies became a staple side mode rather than a Treyarch exclusive. We began to see how good Treyarch really was at curating Zombies to be this grandiose and epic experience. The other developers made a good Zombies mode for the most part, usually giving us one or two really good maps while the others were missing something or felt empty. The difference always became increasingly noticeable throughout the DLC season when Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward's Zombies mode would just start to fizzle out. It became very clear that they just did not have the same staying power that Treyarch games usually do. You're probably a little confused as to why the title of this video says one thing but I'm stating another, and there's a reason for that. I don't want to undermine the amazing work that these developers have done over the years, and I assure you if you give this video a chance, you'll find that many of my reasons will become increasingly clear over the next few minutes. So sit back, relax, drink some G Fuel, and let's get into the video. As I had previously mentioned in the intro block, the Zombies community had a Zombies mode for nearly 5 years straight from Advanced Warfare to Black Ops 4. People felt like it was an oversaturation of the mode and that the community was getting burnt out on it, but I don't actually think that was the case. What I think we saw were people treating Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and World War II Zombies like they were on the same tier as Treyarch Zombies. While there are arguments to be made about how great these other renditions are, I'm not going to explore that necessarily because then this video would never end. But my point is, these Zombies modes from these other developers were meant to be a lull period. Rather than not have Zombies at all, Activision decided to give the other devs a shot at creating their own take, utilizing the core mechanics from COD in general, as well as the unique Treyarch Zombies DNA. I think Activision knew going into this that these other developers would never put out a Zombies mode as impressive as Treyarch's, and I'm glad that they did. This was much better than starving a community for 1 to 2 years as they wait impatiently for the next Black Ops title. That being said, without these other side modes, I don't think Treyarch Zombies would be where they are today, and we would not have some of the most iconic maps in Zombies history. From Infinite Warfare Zombies, we received Zombies in Spaceland, which is hands down one of the best maps of all time. We had an amazing boss fight on every single map, especially Mephistopheles. We had Director's Cut mode, which included a free Perkaholic, 6 revives, Pack-a-Punch weapons, and the Mystery Wheel, and double pack across all maps. Celebrities were part of every Easter egg on every map, and they became playable at the end of the game's life cycle by punching in a code like some old school NES game. World War II Zombies brought this interesting health and armor system, field upgrade abilities, perk integration into other areas via your loadout, the casual and hardcore Easter egg, character unlock challenges, and a weird take on consumables that were more of an accessory than ability focused. As far as Advanced Warfare Zombies, I don't think they brought that much to the table as far as innovation. Maybe verticality? Yeah. Verticality, because we all know Zombies fans love that. All this to say, without these side modes being implemented into the other Call of Duties, I don't think Zombies would be where it is today. Of course, we can never prove that entirely, but I genuinely believe that Infinite Warfare and Sledgehammer's take on this mode was unique and special and provided Treyarch a bit of time to breathe in between games while they created their next masterpiece. The last couple of years have been a mess for Treyarch. When BO4's development cycle was happening, there was a ton of crunch going on and articles were popping up all over the place, opening up the eyes of the public as to what was really going on behind closed doors. Then at the last second, Activision decided to cut Treyarch's campaign and multiplayer foundation, which ultimately pivoted them to create Blackout. Blackout didn't begin development until around February of 2018, just a few months before the reveal and beta testing to the consumer. It's my opinion that Treyarch has not recovered from this snowball effective catch-up. Then shortly after that blundered launch of Black Ops 4, Treyarch, as most of you know, had to take over Sledgehammer and Raven's game, which was meant to come out in 2020 in place of Black Ops Cold War. Black Ops Cold War was also developed in a pandemic, which is why they gave the short end of the stick to every mode upon launch. It's taken almost a full year to finally get the game to a place where it feels full and has a good amount of replayability. Treyarch has been breaking their backs to get caught up since 2018, and while game development is hard enough as it is, it's even harder when your publisher designates you as the cleanup crew of all the subsidiary studios while leaving Infinity Ward to do whatever the hell they want, which is obviously setting up Modern Warfare 2 for 2022. I find it to be very interesting how quickly everyone forgets things. We live in a time that has become overcome with the 24-hour news cycle, and where 2 months prior seems like a lifetime ago. We are constantly being pumped with new information every second, and it's really easy to forget how something was so terrible not that long ago. But if you can go there with me, I'd like you to try to remember to think back to 2018, 2019 when Treyarch had put out Black Ops 4. 8 maps, 8 enormous quests, 8 cinematic set pieces, all the DLC weapons, 2 side modes, custom mutations. I mean, on paper, this was the creme de la creme as far as zombies goes. But guess what? Everyone hated it. The community talked so much trash about this game. I mean, it was broken at launch, the quests were tedious, it was the same formula every match. The community was really pissed. The game's life cycle finally ends, and fans receive a much-needed zombies break with Modern Warfare 2019. Then at the last second, we find out Black Ops Cold War is coming out because Raven and Sledgehammer couldn't get along. The zombies mode finally releases, and what happens? Everyone's thinking it's boring, no one enjoys it, there's no replayability, the quests are solved too quickly, the story is stupid, there's no crew, the boss fights are easy, there are no side Easter eggs. I just don't understand the community sometimes. And now I'm personally not a huge fan of Cold War Zombies in primarily one area, and that's that the Easter eggs are way too easy. I wish they were more difficult and the boss fights were more epic. That being said, it does look like things are beginning to lean that way, especially after the Mauer Toten boss fight, which was an amazing experience. But up until Mauer Toten, most of the community did not like this game. They felt like Die Maschine and Firebase Z and Outbreak were just empty spaces and there was nothing to do other than to kill zombies. Now here we are in 2021 and everyone is pumped that Treyarch is leading development on Vanguard. Does nobody see the irony here? It is without a doubt in my mind that Treyarch certainly makes the best zombies maps and zombies experiences. I'm fairly certain that we're going to end the Cold War lifecycle with a bang and have an amazing Dark Aether map and an amazing boss fight, you know, all the stuff that makes a Treyarch zombies map great. But after this conclusion, I think it would be wise for Activision to let Treyarch step aside and give Sledgehammer Games a shot. They have brand new staff members at their studio. They have the new Modern Warfare engine backbone that will make the graphics look next gen. They have experience in creating a zombies mode from back in 2017. They should know what works and what doesn't by now, as well as having a huge potential to put a unique spin on things. I just think this is a missed opportunity and a big one at that. Who knows what new innovations to zombies they would bring to the table? They could change the way we play the game forever and even influence Treyarch in ways that are only better for their mode. Removing the element of competition from this just ruins the hype of each studio bringing their best foot forward, as well as limiting the excitement of seeing COD executed in a new fashion every year. Sledgehammer Games could most certainly handle the elements of the story and gameplay with Treyarch's input, but letting Treyarch take over this dev cycle is a mistake and will further prevent them from being able to catch up and regulate themselves as an independent studio. This will inevitably hurt the mode, fans, and the reputation Zombies has built over the last decade. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Skeptics, and I will see you all in another video. Peace.